But first, I want to quickly say well done and congratulations to the Prime Minister for his apparent change of heart on identity politics. In a speech to the United Israel Appeal this week, Scott Morrison attacked the growing tendency to commodify human beings through identity politics. Hurrah! Finally, maybe someone on his staff, or perhaps Jenny, has been watching Outsiders. The key sentence in his speech was about the importance of the individual over the collective. And I quote, "You are more than your gender. You are more than your race. You are more than your sexuality. You are more than your ethnicity. You are more than your religion, your language group, your age." Bravo. But try telling that to the woke left and the politically correct, who define us all, not as individuals, but solely by our identity group. You are your gender, your race, or your skin colour, nothing more. If you don't vote Democrat, you're not black, said Joe Biden last year. Female quotas in the Liberal Party, diversity training, unconscious bias, the Uluru indigenous voice to Parliament. These are all symptoms of the very identity politics that Scott Morrison attacked. It was only a few weeks ago that Mr Morrison told a radio show that he didn't care whether people were woke or not woke, and he has repeatedly insisted he is not interested in fighting the culture wars. Perhaps finally he is realising just how deceptive and dangerous identity politics really are. In this realisation, and hopefully aided by the ridiculous climate Zoom summit he did last week, riddled with identity politics, which fused climate change and racism, Scott Morrison might be waking up finally to the fact that Joe Biden is a dangerous, hardcore leftist whose ideology should be shunned and avoided at all costs. Indeed, it was fitting that Scott Morrison addressed the issue of identity politics at a United Israel Appeal dinner. You see, I was honoured to address a similar UIA function a couple of years ago, where I put forward my controversial point of view that Donald Trump was probably the best friend Israel had or will ever have possibly in the White House. Not everybody in the audience agreed with me. In fact, many strongly disagreed. Well, Joe Biden is now in the Oval Office, so we get to see the comparison for real. As soon as he got his feet under the desk in the Oval Office, Biden and Harris began the process, as we're just talking to with Mike Duran, that will lead to a nuclear-armed Iran. Then last month, the Biden administration started refunding the insidious UN Human Rights Council, which Trump had wisely pulled the US out of.